What's up? And we back again with another episode of Bougie Talk. And unfortunately, man, the big dog, Big Shay, ain't here today. But don't worry, she's gonna be back. She just off doing some stuff, doing some big things, and she'll be back. But today I got my two close friends. Let them introduce themselves. Start with her.
Hey everybody, it's Flippa here.
All right, where you from?
I'm from the DMV.
The people don't know what DMV is. What is that?
DC, Maryland, Virginia area.
I didn't know that was at first, but hey, the more you know. And right here,
Hey man, it's your boy Daybo. Check it out, man. Want more apparel, man. Y'all can check me out at I Ain't Going 5 or Want More Rex.
all right, where you from?
From Atlanta, Georgia, man. West side of Atlanta.
All right, cool. So now introduction. Sometimes people get a little shy when you do an intro. It's all good. We're gonna keep it real, raw, and cut, and we're gonna have some good conversation.
Yeah.
So today, this is a topic I've been thinking about, so I came up with this one. That topic is red flags. Why do we ignore them? How long should we ignore them? And can those red flags potentially turn into green flags? So you can relate it to relationships, to lively situations in lives or whatever. But red flags, how you feel about them and what you think? So let's start with Flippa. So in your experience, red flags, do you even pay attention to them? How long does it take you to pay attention to recognize red flags? And then how long in the previous situation, whatever you may have been in, how long did you feel like you put up those red flags? And did those red flags turn to green flags? You too. So both of y'all same question.
I mean, I'm too smart to let something happen in my face. So if I'm noticing that something is not right or something's happened to me before that's happening to me now, like currently or in the past or whatever, I'm just not gonna deal with it. I'm not staying.
So you saying you never dealt with? So you saying as soon as you saw red flags, you was out?
Yeah, I'm 24.
Every time.
I'm 24, so that means I haven't. So in my lifespan of 24 years, I haven't been in thousands of relationships. I've been in maybe one real relationship for real. So for me to sit up here and say oh, I let shit go or never, I still have, even if that's going to happen, it hasn't happened yet.
Let me ask you this.
But I'm letting, now,
let me ask you this. Have you been a red flag? Have you?
Yes.
Right. Okay, so that's I'll flip the coin.
I ain't gonna deny that.
Okay,
I ain't say that though. I ain't say
it can be both of us.
But I ain't say it wasn't me though.
All right, so you gonna flip the question on that one?
Right.
One a little bit.
But it has been me.
How many red flags you feel like you was throwing, and how long did the person keep seeing no red flags, and did they ever turn to green flags?
I feel like the person was just like me and wasn't dealing with that shit, and they left my ass where I was fucking standing. Oh, I'm not supposed to be.
I think we passed 2 minute mark. But yeah. So how long did they stay around?
Okay.
And how big was he? Like they small things? Because
it was small because what I'm recalling is my first real relationship was when I was I think I was 20, turning 21. I had just turned 21. And I had met this guy, and of course the shit didn't work out because I'm young.
So give me an example. Give me an example of one. Give me one example of what red flags you threw out that you did that you felt like you're not getting it, you ain't seeing it.
Asking where I'm at every 5 minutes.
And so when he was asking for you where you was every 5 minutes, how did you respond?
I told him where I was, and if you wanted to believe it, that's on you. If you didn't want to believe it, it's still on you. And I'm not one to sit up here and lie, or I'm not about to sit up here and play in your face. When I get into stuff, I'm letting you know what it is from jump and what I want, and the person is going to do the same thing if you say the same thing from jump. If you're both saying all right, are we going to just be friends with benefits? Then if you say that after 6 months, oh no, we just was that, and then then you're like, oh, I should have paid attention to these red flags and da 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 da. I'm like, no, like I already been with see that. Like I'm saying that I'm friends with benefits from jump so that we pass the red flags. Like I don't need to. You don't need to even need to discuss like anything, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, so what about you, man? I know you don't been some red flags, and you don't see some red flags. I know you probably been over. You don't been a flag more than actually saw it. But either way, explain your take on both sides on both sides of it. How was it? Did it change? And how long should you feel like the person you should stay? How they should stay?
Pretty much for the most part, it just be communication, lack of communication. Far as with your significant other, you might say one thing like she picking back on what she said, ask him, okay, where you at, things of that nature. Then they make something small out of something big. When it's about communication. When we communicate about it and all of us on the same page, then we should be able to take that and go to and move on.
So you said so in this situation, you said the red flag is when basically in a situation, if you're talking about something, and then I guess the response after y'all talk about it, they blow it out of proportion. Right, so exactly. Let's say for example, you say, hey, knock it off work, I'm going to chill with the guys for a little bit. And we get off work, and she calls like, well, yeah, I'm chilling with the guys, and she said, why you didn't come home? And now when you get home, it's a whole problem. It's
annoying.
So is it a red flag? Is it a red flag?
That's annoying because
what I said.
So that's a red flag.
Because
why? Why
it's a red flag because shit like that causes you to have like stuff with yourself, like problems with yourself. Like so now you're thinking to yourself like, damn, like am I really letting this nigga do that and letting him come home and hang out with his friend? Like, am I really is this nigga really? And start making you think like, oh, what is he doing? And what is that? Or it start making you feel insecure. Or then like, you just walk around being sad. So then you just become depressed, or you just are not happy and you're not saying nothing. And that's just I don't know.
So how you feel it affects relationship in the beginning with that type of behavior?
So when that type of behavior is involved, it just throw out a bad vibe. I just get ticked off, man. It do something to me, just roll me the wrong way, and I just be like, I'm over it at that point,
So how would you be able to tell whether this is a red flag because they're upset about it, or could it possibly be them just being worried about you, being overly protective or overly caring? Is that a possibility, or is it just you feel like it's more of a red flag because they're just you feel like they're reacting or just not understanding?
They can they can be the reason too. But then again, it just me personally, I'm just thinking they just going off on first notice. They ain't thinking everything through, so they just going off.
Yeah, just it's like assumptions. But then it's like you have to understand why they're assuming, because it's a reason why they're saying that. And if they can prove actually like what they're assuming, then that makes it even worse. Mm-hmm. So you just gotta. It's just every situation.
Assuming like what? Like you mean like
assuming somebody cheating on you, assuming somebody like you say you went out with boys, but you really just went out with a friend maybe you went to school with and just wanted to catch up and didn't want to say nothing because your girl would have tripped because it's another female. But if that was the case, say something. And maybe you never know, like I want to introduce myself, I want to insert myself, I want to be a part of something like that you are going to do. But if you don't want me to be there, then that's a whole nother thing. We could just talk, like communication, like you said.
So how long would y'all allow, would you say that kind of problem can persist? How long can it keep going? And do you feel like it can change and get better over time? If it can, what would be the steps of trying to change red flags to make it better? Or whatever situation that you might be in.
Can you really change a red flag though?
Go ahead. Can you?
Of course you can, but see the thing is with that, you can, but you got to take that step back and take initiative with self. Say, hey, look, I did wrong. That was me, and look, let me put that to the side and let me work on me. And then once you do that, then you come to that person as a bigger person, and then we can be able to get somewhere.
Yeah.
But everything starts with self first. So of course.
But you gotta
agree with that.
It's still people that are not ready to do that, and if they aren't, you gotta let them go.
Right.
And you gotta just tell them like, okay, and you like how you said, at the end of the day, you're gonna make that decision if you want to stay with that person and work through it and let them do the shit that they doing, and you just gonna do you too, and then y'all just gonna come back together, or y'all just people take breaks and people be on and off, and then people be like broken up for years and years, and then meet later in life, and like when they like 40, 50 years old, and now shit cool. Like that shit is real.
So I gotta admit myself, I've been a red flag too. I ain't all just the same around here. So I've been a red flag myself. So by all of us can admit that we've been a red flag or also experiencing red flags, how have you all, including myself, how have you all changed to be better? Like you say, get in touch with self. Do you feel like if the person had waited a little bit longer, or put in a little bit more time with you, you could have changed those red flags to green flags, and it could have got better? So.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it gets better with time, and people are impatient. And I know that I'm impatient, but I know I have a lot of patience.
How much time is enough? When you feel like, okay, I need to just forget believing in you. I can't. No, these it's too many red flags. Or
ain't no too many. It's not gonna get to too many. It's only one. It's only one.
Only one.
Only one, because like you have everybody's red flags is not the same as yours. So if I'm saying if there's only one red flag, that means it's something you really, really have to do for me to not fuck with you, or for me to not to want to deal with you. And that's just that. Like if I'm like, oh. Okay.
I can somewhat agree with you on that, because me personally, when it comes to red flags, like if I'm feeling you and I'm messing with you, I'm gonna be willing to try to say, okay, look, that ain't something too small. I can deal with that. But a lot of times we tend to ignore them small things and turn to big things. So if we have to look kind of deep into it, because it can be like the one thing like of you overreacting about something, because that could be the doorway to going into you trying to shoot me and stab me, or trying to run me over with a car, So I guess it just all depends on you as a person, how long, when you feel like enough is enough, or you feel like, okay, these red flags, they playing it, they ain't going nowhere. This person ain't trying to take it up, they ain't trying to change it. Oh, so what about you, man? How long were you the red flag? And then you feel like that person, they had waited around, do you think, honestly, both of you, honestly, if the person you the red flag to, do you feel like truthfully, if they had gave you a little bit more time, you would have got it right? Honestly, that's real talk for both of us.
Everything takes time, so you gotta get at least, I'd say at least about a month. You should be able to at least take a month and be able to take a step back and evaluate yourself and find out, was it you or was it that person? A month, and we should be able to see that. And then we take that step back and see, and we take accountability for self and see that, hey, if I was the problem, I admit my wrongs, or vice versa. If she was the problem, she takes a step back and says she was wrong, and we can come back to agreement and fix it, and then things will get better. But
that's a good point. I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
Wait, hold on. But what you doing in this month of time though? Like, what is a break?
Well, in that month, if in that month of time, that's really good. I feel like that's actually good, because that's something that I can invite. Especially, but hold on, get like this. If y'all in a relationship and stuff just been getting bad, and like you love the person, they love you, and y'all trying to make it work, and it just seems like y'all just every day y'all bump heads, every day something happens. I mean, I think at that point, okay, look, I want you, you want me, but for some reason something ain't clicking. And if we want to get this right, we both need to take a step back and try to see what we got going on. Why we not clicking? What it is? What's stopping me from wanting to be the person I want to be with? And in that time, now, if this is gonna be like that, I think it will be a telltale time. It is on you to be like, okay, what I should have to, if I gotta ask you what you're doing, then we probably gonna get back together. You know, I feel, in my opinion, if I gotta ask you during that month what you did.
Okay, so in that month, we're still communicating as if we're together, but we're not together.
I think, I think communication would still be.
I've never taken a break. I'm just gonna say that I ain't never took a break. Like if we break, we roll.
But hold on, I'm basing it. But I'm basing this.
Ain't no glue.
But I'm basing it off like, you know, when stuff get hard, when stuff just get hard, and y'all just keep, you know, running around bumping heads, and you know, the red flag been thrown out on both of y'all side, and maybe y'all wanted to work and you feel like it could work, but you know what? This person need to take some little time to himself right quick. I'm here, but okay, you go over there. I'm gonna stay over here. I hit you up like maybe once a week, and let's start seeing where we at by the end of the month. Let's see. We can sit, like you say, sit down and have a conversation and communicate to each other about, okay, this is what I was doing. This is what I don't like. This is why I don't like this. You know, and then if y'all can have I feel like if you can have a serious conversation with the person that you vetting about your dislikes and likes about each person. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that can open up the door to having a successful relationship.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And I feel like then that's when those red flags can, you know, start turning to green flags. What y'all think?
Okay, yeah. Now I see what you mean, because I'm just speaking from my perspective and like what I experienced. See, but I'm also taking into consideration.
She think about what she did on her break. What she did on her break. When she take a break.
What do you mean? I'm on my break. It's no break. I'm not coming back to you for a month. I'm just not mentally. You know, I am now, of course, as I get older. But like, speaking of when I was a red flag, I wasn't doing that. I'm not about to take no break.
What I can kind of, you know, attribute, give you an example of, like, you know, I say you working a job, and like you're the manager, and you've been taking on a lot of responsibility, and it's just been going like for like 6 months straight. And with most managers, you get like, you know, 2 weeks paid stress leave, because everything just been coming down hard on you, been coming. So, and if the relationship is getting that way, maybe, you know what I'm saying, maybe because everybody's not always the best at communicating. They not. No, people always say, "Oh, you need to communicate," but everyone's not. Truthfully, everyone's not great at communicating. You have to learn and start getting better and trying to do that, get to the communication standpoint. So, if it's coming to a head and y'all do want to work, if both of y'all can agree, okay, I want this, but for some reason something ain't clicking. Let's take a step back and see if this is something we really want, and see what we need to work on before we come back. And then we come back. We should be able to have a grown adult conversation about patience. Yeah, patience and
mature about the situation.
And now, and I'm a strong believer that if you want to do something, if you want it, you know what I'm saying, you want to put. This is like practicing. Practice make perfect. If you want it, you're going to try to make it work. You want to put in some type of effort. And then now, if that break, if he or she go off and, you know, do something else between that time, then that should tell you enough right there, you know. And that's also,
especially if you're already feeling like that. If you know that somebody's telling you, "Oh, let me take a break," just so they could go fuck off or do whatever they want to do in that time, and then come back to you when they, you know, got all that out. Like, no, that's not right. But if you sit down with somebody and are like, okay, let's just take some time and figure out why we not clicking, like how you said, and y'all come together, y'all communicate and be mature about it, and in the end, y'all gonna be even stronger, because it takes a really strong person to be patient with somebody and to know and to trust them.
Yes.
For them to do that, and for you to trust yourself to let somebody do that to you.
Yeah.
So it really got to be mature about this situation.
All right, so let's switch gears for a second.
That's all.
I want y'all to say y'all wildest, crazy red flag story. It can be from you or from what the other person did. No, I'll go first. You know, this is a break out. I'll go first. The wildest red flag moment I had was, it was this girl I was talking to. I can't remember her name, but just call her 20. She was like 20 something. So we was talking. We was talking in the
Now it's 20.
I can't remember her name, but no, for the sake of people's privacy, I'm not gonna say no one's name because I don't know what she had in life or what she got going on. It's come out. I don't want her to receive no bad. Like, no, you got respect. So, but back to the situation was, so we was talking, we was just sleeping around, messing around, and I did start liking her, so I was like, I wasn't trying to rush into something, but I did like tell like, okay, like I'm calling you every night, we're talking, and so in what my career field, I'm an aspiring model, so I get gigs and I can do stuff, and I'm with women. No, it's not everybody's strictly business. So I took a picture and I uploaded it to my Instagram for one of my photo shoots. She got all upset and said, she called me, she said like, the next time you feel like you want to pull a picture up of you and another girl hooked up, let me know, because you got me looking stupid in front of my friends and family, because I'm talking about you and you up to hook up with another female. Now, I told her I was modeling and stuff before I met her. I'm an actor. Make sure you check out Tubi, Swipers.
Swiper, no, Swipey.
Number one to come check out Swipers.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I already advised her that, that this is my career field. I'm modeling and acting, around women. So it's what it is. It's like, I didn't hide this from you. When you met me, I was doing this. So now when you see some picture that you've seen before, because that wasn't the first time I took a picture with a female. It's just part of what we do. And so when she came at me like that, I was feeling her, it just kind of turned me all the way off, and I just couldn't see it that way no more. I just stopped talking to her. I probably should have communicated. Now I should have communicated better, on telling her that.
But if you felt that way, you have to always expect that that's a possibility that somebody would do that to you, because you're not married for one, and you you don't really know this person, and being in a relationship for 1 year, 2 years is you still getting to know and to learn, and you still learning and creating. Like it's a lot of shit still going on.
Yeah.
So you really can't be mad at somebody to do that to you, because she knew what you was doing. Like she knew what you was doing, and that's like saying that you was a rapper and telling you not to rap with no females.
Yeah.
Like,
so
what?
that was one of the red flags that like, hey, as soon as when it happened, I gotta be out. Some other stuff, like a little jealousy here and there, or maybe a little more questions than I want to hear. That kind of stuff, I can tolerate, for a minute, and then over time, I think I hope it get better. But that one, you trying to tell me pretty much like you said, you trying to tell me I can't do my career, and you ain't even tell me that. That ain't gonna happen. And like you said, it's not like I hid anything from her. Like you knew I was doing this. That's my crazy red flag story. So who wanna go next?
Mine's.
Hold on, was it you or was it the person? Keep it real now. Keep it real.
It was both.
Okay.
We agreed on something, which was the friends and benefits thing. Be friends with benefits. I started liking her a little. She started liking me a little. One thing led to another. Then she seen a female called my phone. She seen the girl called my phone. She said, "Who is this?"
Right, because who is this?
I said, this is a friend or whatever. But I thought me and you were friends.
so y'all were friends with benefits, right? And so she seen another girl call your phone, and she thought again, okay, all right, go ahead.
Yeah, so she started, getting mad. I'm like, hey, hold up. I thought me and you was friends. She like, oh, we are friends, but who is this calling from? I said, shit, this is a friend too. So if we friends and I have a friend, then why can't, they call my phone? And she was like, well, I found it rude because why is she calling your phone and you in my presence? And I say, well, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because I'm like, shit, do you pay my phone bill? Or like, what's going on? Because I don't know what you got going on outside of your life, and we already agreed to we friends with benefits. So if you got friends and I got friends, then it shouldn't be no mixed communication.
Had y'all ever communicated that y'all was trying to move past friends with benefit stage, or y'all had not had that conversation?
No, we never had that conversation.
Okay,
we just straight out friend with benefits, and then how things get. We started sleeping around. Things led to both of us started catching feelings, and that's where I think it went left from right there.
Yeah. So that's when that communication came in. And that's why I go back to them feelings. But that's why I had to come back on myself and go back and like, what? Yeah. Communication is key, but you gotta give people time. You gotta give people some type of time to learn how to communicate. Because all the time we don't know how to communicate. Because sometimes you don't want to hurt the one's feelings. You don't know how to say, what to say. And sometimes you just act, and like in my instance, I just quit calling. I just quit responding to her calls. That probably wasn't the best thing to do, but you know, like I say, you have to get people. You hope people know how to communicate, and you can't force people to communicate in the way that you want them to communicate. Because it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna work.
This is not Burger King.
You ain't gonna have your way. And no matter what, two people are gonna be two different people. It's just what it is. Male and female, two females, twins. You're gonna be different. You're gonna see the world different. You're gonna experience stuff different. You're gonna think different, and that's okay. But learn to empathize with each other, another person, and see another person's way, and try to see that way. And that's when we start getting some common ground. That's when we start learning how to communicate. Understand why you see this, why you feel like you see it that way, and why I don't see this way. And even if we never come to agree, at least understand each other. So I feel like that's always a key component in dealing with red flags, or trying to turn red flags into green flags. But my bad, I got off topic. Back to it's her turn now. Your crazy red flag story coming from you, or something that happened to another person did.
Because I really am not for the bull. I'm really not. So
or if you don't have one, you can know what I'm saying, don't say the person's name, but you can say a story if that that help you out better.
Okay, so I can tell you about me being the red flag.
Okay. That's what.
And I knew
that's a real one.
I knew I should have been doing that shit, but I was young as fuck.
Alright, so what was it you did? So give us a scenario. How long you and the person have been together, first of all?
Okay, so it was right when I graduated, and me and this person was when we graduated, we started talking after we had went to college and stuff. So it was in college when we started to be friends and stuff. So he knew that I didn't really like him, but I liked him just being around him. And I used to okay, so this is not an intimate this is some kid shit. This is some kid shit. I was 18, 19 years old. We wasn't fucking and shit. I wasn't fucking. When I would say I'm lit, I mean I was lit, I was a cool bitch. I was smoking and I was cool, mute.
But hold on, but y'all
that, you know what I mean?
She said
I was like that, I didn't like him. I was 19. I liked him. I didn't like him.
Y'all seen you?
Then. But I liked him for the wrong reasons. Okay, you know what I mean? Because I was young and thought I was lit, and I thought I was tricking off this nigga because I thought he was, a little peon, and that was wrong.
So the red flag. So what you was doing, you was just taking his money.
That was wrong. No, I wasn't taking his money. I was making him I was in school. I was in college. I was in community college. I had to work. I was doing all this, I was in sports. I still I was a cheerleader and I did All-Star and all that stuff. So I did it a little bit after I turned 18, you can still do adult teams and stuff. So I still was, into sports and stuff. So I would make him take me there and he would come to my competition sometimes just because I needed a ride. And he would buy my stuff. And, and I took that. As him, I took that for granted. I took that as him, just being a nice friend and not, he liked me and try to do stuff. He's trying to, be with me. We never did anything. We never did. It never got to that point because I didn't like him like that. Did
he ever express that? He liked you more?
He just was a good friend. I used to tell him all my business. That was wrong. I did. It's bitches that when y'all. Y'all know. When you a young girl, girls do that. You, especially if you're not. Leave a comment. You haven't lost your virginity yet. Especially if you haven't lost your virginity yet. I did. And when I was in high school, whatever. Who cares? That's normal. People do that shit. I'm not saying that you should do that shit, but I'm saying. Especially if you haven't done that, you're not going to want to do that, or you're not thinking about somebody like that when they're doing things like that, picking me up, taking me to school, paying for my cheerleading registrations or whatever, or getting me little snacks at the store, or we was going to the movies and trying to do little fun shit, and I didn't I was being a red flag.
So
to
sum it up, she was using the dude for what he do to benefit her at the time.
Yeah,
and put him in the friend zone.
But we were friends though. We was friends though. But
you were friends.
We tried to make it more.
He was vetting.
Well, he tried to make it more.
He was pursuing.
My dumb ass was.
He was pursuing.
being a fucking
But you know, ain't nobody perfect.
a wrong person. I'm a changed woman.
Yeah.
Period. That's all.
I've been red flags.
I know that's
had red flags. And you know, pretty sure anyone that's watching this have too. So hope that y'all laugh. I hope you learned something. Hope you got something. But like I always try to keep it real, raw, and uncut. Just regular people on big life topics doing our thing. So this has been Bougie Talk. You know what to do at the end. Y'all go, y'all say it with me. Like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more Bougie Talk.
Peace.
Check it out, man. I ain't going 5. Want more rats.